Namaste, welcome everyone. Thank you very much for joining this practice today. Find a seat, drop in, rest your palms on your thighs, and make sure that you feel through the touch of your palms the action of your leg bones becoming heavy, dropping down into your support and spreading into earth. In our yoga practice, we are always trying to move towards balance. And we start by our very first seat, by finding stability in your pelvis, by slowly closing the eyes and bringing them towards your center. And as we enter this journey today, we take our attention gradually inward and we sit with what arises. We notice the movement of the diaphragm descending as we inhale, moving towards the pelvis, and the return as you exhale. And with that movement, we allow ourselves to expand and to also release. And we observe that cycle in a fluid manner. And we even become aware of the transitions in between. Finding those moments in pause, in stillness, for awareness. Invite your tongue to soften and relax. Lips like Shavasana, jaws heavy. And like we did in the previous class, you can even imagine having lungs, not only in your chest, but also in your abdomen. So 2 sets of lungs. And we breathe in through the first set in the chest, down to the lungs of the abdomen. And then we release from there back up and out. Lengthening the spine, relaxing the shoulders, lifting the back of the skull up, 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 inviting that space behind the head to widen and float. I'm sharing again a little piece today from meditation and compassion. By weaving our opinions, prejudices, strategies, and emotions into a solid reality, we try to make a big deal out of ourselves, out of our pain, out of our problems. But things are not as solid, predictable, or seamless as they seem. In sitting meditation, our practice is to watch our thoughts arise, label them thinking, and return to the breath. If we were trying to find the beginning, middle, and end of each thought, we'd soon discover that there is no such thing. Trying to find the moment when one thought becomes another is like trying to find the moment when boiling water turns into steam. Yet, We habitually string our thoughts together into a story that tricks us into believing that our identity, our happiness, our pain, and our problems are all solid and separate entities. In fact, like thoughts, all these constructs are constantly changing. Each situation, each thought, each word, each feeling is just a passing memory. Wisdom is a fluid process, not something concrete that can be added up or measured. The warrior of the heart trains with the attitude that everything is a dream. Life is a dream, death is a dream, waking is a dream, sleeping is a dream. This dream is the direct immediacy of our experience. Trying to hold on to any of it by buying our storyline only blocks our wisdom. So today, as we enter the practice, an opportunity to stay fluid, to let go of holding, gripping, or trying to control something that we feel perhaps in that very moment it's permanent. Letting go, softening through our breath, finding first the fluidity in there as we move, and even more important than finding the fluidity through the postures. But we try to create connection, to create union, and bring our concentration so as to stay present. Let's bring our palms together, letting the thumbs rest right in front of the heart. Honoring this practice and starting it in gratitude, we bring the strings, the strands of the mind together into purpose. Visualize your intention for today's practice. And with that intention, we'll open with the Om sound. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Big exhale. Then breathing in when you're ready. Om. Take a moment to connect head, hands, and heart, the three together. And then we release palms down to your thighs, lifting the head, opening the eyes. We'll start the practice. Thank you so much for being here. Let's move into our mats. And we start our practice today, coming down onto our backs for a moment. And you're going to put your feet on your mat, lie down here. You can bring your palms onto your abdomen and give yourself a moment here to take a few cycles and start creating that pattern of Ujjayi breath, breathing through the nose, trying to keep the mouth soft, the jaws relaxed, and noticing any sensations here. Are you holding somewhere in your body? Can you become more fluid? And rest into that support that you have for a moment before we start activating our bodies a little bit more. Good. From here, we're going to bring the palms together and rub them a little bit into one another to start creating a little bit of heat. And then as you do that, feel that heat in between the hands. And then bring the palms both onto the heart center for a moment. You can keep your eyes open or close, your choice. And as we connect into that sacred center, we may want to offer or dedicate this practice to someone, and in a way invite them to join our practice moving towards wisdom, towards fluidity, towards our center. Then we'll slowly bring the knees towards the chest, holding with both hands for a moment. And you can start creating circles with your feet just to start warming up and activating the blood. That's my helper there, coming and visiting. Good. And then you can flex and point your feet a few times. And add a little bit of circling with your knees as well, going one direction, the one that naturally feels for now, going, and then you can of course reverse that a few times. So start just by that, feeling your body here, warming up the legs, the groins, and moving the blood slowly. Good. Then from there, we're going to place the feet down on the mat. I want you to have them more or less close to your sitting bones so you can extend your hands and maybe just feel like there is like one hand distance between your sitting bones and your heels. And before we come into what we are going to do now, I want you to think of your core as a net. So imagine connecting the pelvic floor moving up towards your ribs, the floating ribs moving down towards the pelvis. So we create there like a net, a weaving action, and the outer hips moving into the center of the pelvis. So we have that shape that it's a little bit like a diamond, and we want to connect those areas to help ourselves develop more core and support the lower back. So we're going to try and keep that. I'm going to press into my feet, and I'm going from there to lift my pelvis. This looks like a bridge pose, but the big difference that this has with the bridge pose is that I'm not letting my ribs widen up like when we do a big back bend. This one is more contained. So I want you to stay with the glutes very active, holding up right into the pelvis, the ribs very low, moving into the navel instead of widening. And we are going to keep that. We are going to bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Turn your right palm to face up, and with your left palm push down, and we are going to do some pulses. So I'm going to keep my ribs lengthening towards the navel, and I'm going to go down and up 5 times. Press into your feet. I'm lifting and coming down. 1 more. Good, and then I'm going to switch the hands, left palm going up to the ceiling, right palm pushing down, and another 5. I'm going to do pulses, activating the glutes. I'm trying to keep my ribs super flat. And 1 more, beautiful, stay there, extend the arms overhead, just extend the arms, pushing away with your fingertips, and another 5, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, activating those glutes, you'll feel your hips, 5, good job, stay there, bring your feet a little closer, and now we are going to walk a little, keep those ribs moving down, hips in, and walking, 1 knee up, and down, and up, and down, again, up, and down, up, ribs in, 1 more time, up, and down, up, and down. Slowly bring the torso 1 vertebra at a time, coming down to the mat. Hug your knees in, rock a little bit from side to side. Beautiful, good. Let's extend 1 arm, roll over to the side, and we come up into hands and knees. Good morning, everyone. We are starting to awaken our bodies. Good, now from here, we'll take the cat-cow 3 times, inhaling, opening through the front, exhaling, moving in. And again, inhale, exhale. 1 more, inhaling, exhale. Beautiful, we stay here for a moment, tuck your toes, bring your sitting bones into your heels, Try and bring the heels into one another. If you need to put a block in between your heels, please do. That will make it a little less intense if you're not used to this shape. From here, we inhale, arms up overhead, lace the fingers, press your palms up towards the skies, lengthen through the sides. We're going to try and keep working our core, weaving that net from the outer hips in, from the pelvic floor up, from the ribs down, extending through the crown of the head. Exhale, release. Lace your fingers behind the lower back. Roll the shoulders, extend through the arms, chin off the chest. Soften the skin from the top of the head down. One more breath. Good, releasing through the arms. We return to the tabletop and tuck your toes. Shake them there a little. Good, turn your fingertips out towards the sides of your mat, just 1 inch or half of an inch. Move your knees a few inches behind the hips. Widen the feet for our first down dog. Tuck your toes. Push the mat away. And we lift the sitting bones up. We come into that first Adho Mukha Svanasana, the downward facing dog, pushing through the hands and into the base of your thumbs, lengthening the sides of your trunk, and see if you can hear. First, pedal your feet a few times, opening through the backs of the legs, relaxing the head and the neck. Give yourself a moment. Good, and then once you find more stability through your down dog, sending both heels down to the earth, see if you can create that connection again into that net. So draw the pelvic floor up, ribs down, hips in, and feel that connection into the core. Widen through the collarbones. Feel the shoulder blades firming behind the chest. Push the floor away. Good, then bring the feet a little closer to one another, and we're going to walk very small steps until we get to the top of the mat. So short steps, one and the other, until you get towards the top of the mat. Drop the torso, hold opposite elbows, bend the knees if you need, relax the neck and the head here. Take a few breaths. You can say no with the head and yes, just a few times. One more breath. Good, then we release the arms, put the hands on your shins, inhale, halfway, lengthen the spine, draw the navel in, roll the shoulders back, exhale and fold, root through the heels to rise up, we bring the arms up overhead, and we come into Tadasana, releasing the arms. Beautiful, from here, inhaling, we take the arms up overhead, hook your thumbs, extend through the sides, pushing through the heels, tilt to your left, opening the right side, firm through the feet, lift the inner thighs up towards your pelvis, chest facing up. We come back to center and hook, switch the hook of the thumbs, extend again, and we go over to the right. Firm your glutes towards the front of the pelvis, open up the chest, back to center, exhale, release, Uttanasana, inhale, halfway, lengthen, exhale, we'll take plank pose. One inhalation in plank, pushing through the heels, draw the navel up towards the ribs, exhale, you can take knees, chest and chin, or all the way down to the mat. Inhaling, cobra pose, lengthen the spine up, exhale, tuck your toes, up we go, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, exhale. We are trying to keep this practice today fluid, not holding on too much to things, to postures, to the breath, to the thoughts. Inhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, draw the belly in, Step, hop, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, we fold. Inhaling, pressing, we come all the way up. Exhaling to Tadasana. Let go. We go again. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, we fold, Uttanasana. Halfway on the inhalation. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale, lengthen, push through the heels. Exhale, down. Inhaling, opening up, shoulders down. Exhale, up we go, downward facing dog. Big breath in, big breath out. Notice if you can, how are the ribs sometimes wanting to pop out. Bring them in, draw the pelvic floor up. Bend the knees, gaze forward. Step, hop, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhaling to center. And we release. Beautiful. From here, we are going to bring the feet together. And we are going to come into Utkatasana. Inhale. Inner thighs go down. Chest moves up. Draw that pelvic floor up. Ribs down. Hips in. See if you can sit a little lower. One more breath. Inhale, like coming out of the water. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plank and lower all the way. Inhaling, opening up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhaling, right leg goes up and back. Right knee comes towards the chest, plank pose. Inhale, right leg up and back. Right knee to the left armpit. Inhale, right leg up and back. Right knee to the right armpit. Inhale, back up. Right knee to left armpit again. I'm going to switch so you can watch. From here, I'm going to cross that right leg over to the left, and we open into a fallen triangle. Stay there for a moment if you can. Lift the hips. Good. Push into your left foot and right hand, and see if you can lift your right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Then slowly I'm going to bring that right foot forward, and we stay into the lunge. Left hand down. Inhale, twist. Exhale, stay. Shoulders back. Right hip back. Good. I keep playing from here. I'm going to bring myself over to the left side plank. If you need to put one knee down, you can put the knee down. I'm showing, okay? Or the side plank. Inhale here. Exhale. Bring the right knee towards the chest. Take it back towards that lunge. And we come up. Inhaling into the high lunge. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhaling, plank pose. Exhale, lower. Cobra pose. And downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And we'll go on to the second side. Inhaling, left leg goes up. Left knee to the chest plank. Inhale, left leg up and back. Left knee to the left armpit. Inhale, go back up. Left knee to the right. Let's go back up. Inhale, firm the hips, draw the ribs in, left knee to the right, cross that leg over, and we open up, fallen triangle. Shoulders back, lift the hips. One more breath. You can stay there or push into the right foot, left leg up. Good job. Slowly we bring that knee back forward into the lunge. Right hand down, twist to the left. Good. Squeeze the hips into one another. Open the chest towards the left, shoulders down. One more breath. Good. Now I'm going to slowly come into side plank. Opening up through the chest. You can put your right knee down if you need. Good. Slowly coming back. Left foot forward. Inner thighs connecting. And we come up, high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale. Inner thighs connected. Play with that web, let's say, or net in your core. Hips in, pelvic floor up, ribs down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling plank. Lower. All the way up we lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Option here to come down to child's pose and rest for 5 breaths, or stay in your down dog for the next 5 breaths. Find stability and ease in the shape that you chose. Return to your breath. And if you lost that fluidity, try and bring it back. We tend to become very serious about our shapes, about our thoughts, about things. So today we are trying to go a little more with the flow, letting the things that come at us just be there, be present, staying in your breath. Beautiful. If you're on a child's pose, let's go back to downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhaling your down dog. Bring your right leg up and back. Right knee to the chest. Plank pose. Push the mat. Inhale, right leg up and back. Right foot forward. Good. Squeeze through the inner thighs. We come up again. High lunge. Good. Press into the front heel. Tone the inner legs. And we'll open into warrior 2. Good. From this warrior 2, we are going to flow a little bit here. I'm going to move back, but my left hand will come towards the belly, creating that reverse warrior. And then with the exhale, I'm doing the opposite, right hand to belly, and we bring the left arm overhead. Again, inhale, exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Good. We stay here, we bring the right arm parallel to the left. Drop your right hip, press into the outer edge of your back foot. One more breath. That's a long breath. Good, and then we come back, warrior 2. Lace fingers behind the lower back, roll the shoulders, extend through the arms, drop that front hip again. Lift the inner left thigh. Good. Re-extend from here. Good, and we'll move into half moon. I'm going to bring my right hand behind the right foot, press up, and lift. Creating some balance here. You can stay in warrior two instead. Lift through the inner arch in your right foot. Spin the chest up to the ceiling. Lift that left inner thigh. Squeeze the glutes. One more breath. Good, then we are going to square the hips, bringing the left hand down, left hip to face down, standing splits. Firm the hips in, bring the ribs towards the pelvis. One more breath. Then slowly bring the left toes down. Open your right foot out to the side. Bring your left knee down, right arm inside the leg, and we come down for a lizard pose. If you need the blocks here, please do bring them under the forearms. Lengthen through the heart. Firm the right hip back. You can open your right foot out to the side a little bit in a diagonal, and we'll shift the hips here a little bit from side to side. You see, I'm a little bit of a dancer here, moving the hips from right to left a few times. Good, one more breath. Good, it's almost over, but not completely. I'm going to keep my forearms down, elbows a little bit inside my shoulders, and from here I'm moving up into downward facing dog. It's called really a dolphin. Forearms down, feet coming forward, draw that pelvic floor up, send the chest towards your legs, release the head, stay there for a moment. Inhale, right leg up. Push the floor away with the forearms. Bring that right foot down. Left leg up. Firm the hips in, ribs down. Left foot comes down. Almost done. Forearm plank. Push through the heels. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Come all the way down. Yay, we made it. Inhale into the Sphinx pose. Draw the sacrum in and bring the center of your chest up. Exhale, release. Up we go, downward facing dog. Big breath in, a big exhale. Take one more of those. Good, let's go with the second side. Before we rest, inhaling, left leg goes up and back, left knee to the chest, plank pose, push the mat away, draw the belly up, inhale, left leg up, left foot forward, tone the inner legs, draw the navel up, we come up, high lunge. Firm the hips, lengthen the sides. Nice. Stay in your breath. Fluidity, we open into warrior two, second side. Nice. Once you get there, lift into the inner arches. We'll reverse the warrior with that little game we did before. Right hand to the belly, left arm up. Exhale, return. And again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, two more. Exhale. Last one. Good. Push into the back foot. Spin the belly and the chest up to the ceiling. Bring the left arm parallel to the right. Drop that left hip. Press into the outer edge of the back foot. Nice. Firming the hips in. We come back, warrior two. Place the fingers behind the lower back. Roll the shoulders. Extend through the arms. Keep dropping the left hip. One more breath. Draw that navel up. Squeeze the glutes. Re-extend the arms. Nice. From here, we'll move into half moon. You can bring your hand into a block or behind the left foot, take a step or two, and from there we go up, flow that right inner leg, spin the chest and the belly up. You can gaze down like I'm doing towards the floor to soften the neck there. If you want to go further up, you can, okay? Good, lift through the hips, squeeze through the glutes, open the chest. One more breath. Nice, slowly bring the right hand down. We square the hips facing down into standing splits. Firm the hips in, draw the navel in, relax the torso close to the left leg. One more breath. Nice, slowly we take those right toes back down into the lunging posture. I'm going to bring my right knee down and I'm going to open the left foot out to the side so I can bring my left arm inside. From there, you can either stay here more onto your hands, lengthening the spine, or bring the forearms down. We take a few breaths here. And then if you want, add a little bit of that wiggling of the hips from side to side. Good, one more. Super, challenge here, almost towards the end. I'm going to keep my forearms down. If you have the blocks, you can try and bring them down, just even sending the left leg back if this is not possible in this shape. Elbows in as much as you can, hands down. I'm sending my left leg back into the dolphin pose. Send those sitting bones up. My sacrum is very tall. I'm pushing my chest towards my legs, drawing that pelvic floor up. Relax the head. Inhale, left leg up. Draw the hips into one another, navel up. Release. Right leg back up. Push the chest into the legs. Firm the hips. Right leg down. And then we slowly walk back, forearm plank. Push through the heels. Level those hips. Draw the navel towards the nose. And then come all the way down. Ah, good. Forearms in front for dolphin. Extend through the legs. Inhale, lift the sternum. Up, telescope it to the skies. One more breath. Good. From here, we are going to play a little game today. So I'm going to try and keep my forearms down. I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to come with my knees a little closer, okay? This is called a baby crawl. So if you want to play, it doesn't have to happen today. You can put the blanket in front of you if you want. And what we're going to try and do is to try and bring the knees into the armpits, like when we go to the crawl. But after I do that, I'm going to try and keep my forearms down. Talking and doing at the same time, it's a little challenging. So I'm hooking my knees into my armpits. I'm pressing into my forearms. I'm rounding my upper back. And I'm trying to lift maybe one toe or maybe both. And then you come down. And it's okay because we're close to the floor, so you're not too far. Okay, if that feels like it's a lot, no worries, leave it. You can come into a squat and stay here for a moment. You're lucky that I'm not close to the computer, so I can't see what you're doing. Good, so either the squat or that we did before on forearms, it's all good. It's part of the practice. I said take it like light today, right? So we don't get too attached to things that are just bypassing, right? Good, you can play with that or you can stay in the squat. And one more moment. For the ones trying, I'm showing again, armpits are really hooked into the knees. I'm bringing the forearms down, drawing the belly up, gazing forward, and then going a little higher. Ah, cool. Okay, then slowly from the squat, if you are there, coming down into a sit, extend through the legs for a moment, sit tall, shake it a little. Good. Okay. For the next thing that we're going to do, if you want, it's not a must, but if you want, you can have a blanket folded so you can sit a little taller, okay? If you don't want, you don't have to. Good. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to mirror you guys, so I'm going to put my right leg like the tree pose and the left leg in front, okay? I'm just going to open it a little bit to the side, the extended leg, so I have a little extra space. Good. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out, just sitting tall, feel your pelvis supported by the blanket or just your mat. One more breath. Good. Okay, now from here, we're going to bring left arm inside the left leg, opening up the right side. Feel that opening in that right side. Push your right sitting bone down to the earth as you send the chest up to the ceiling. One more breath. Then we come up. With your left hand, you're going to put it back behind you. Lift the hips. Go a little further up. Sacrum in, glutes active. And then we return. Good, stay where you are. This time we are going to move belly and chest towards the extended leg. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling, we fold over that left leg. If you need the strap here, put the strap around your foot. Do the lasso yoga, and then we fold. Try to ground your left thigh into the floor and draw your navel up to your chest so you can lengthen the spine before you bring it down. One more breath. And then slowly we come back up. Good, let's switch sides. I'm going to open up the right leg, bring the left one into the tree pose. It looks a little bit like that. My right leg is a little bit open to the side, as you can see, not exactly straight out. Good, once I have this, sit tall first. Right arm will go inside the right leg. Just make sure that that right knee is pointing up to the ceiling so it's not, the leg is not going to the sides. Press that thigh down. Left arm inside, and we bring, right arm inside, and we bring the left side up and over, chest up to the ceiling. Now see if you can ground your left sitting bone and feel that stretch, that opening in that side. Lean back a little. Send the fibers of the belly from the from the right to the left. One more. And then we slowly come up. That left hand will go back behind you. Push into the mat, lift the hips. Glutes are active. Open the chest. And then we return back to the sit. Beautiful. From here, I'm going to shift my chest and belly towards that right leg. Push through the right heel. If you have your strap and you need it, bring it with you. From there, I'm going to inhale, arms up, lengthen the spine, and then fold over that right leg. I'm trying to lift my abdomen and move the belly button over to the right leg. And then from there, lengthen the front of the spine before coming down. Your right thigh and femur bones are heavy, and you're trying to bring the lower back in as you lengthen the spine and forward fold. One more breath here. Find that fluidity, softening the skin in the face. Then we slowly come back up. Beautiful. Okay, let's extend both legs for a moment and just move them a little bit. We are going to now find symmetry, right? We went one way and then the other. Now we are going to symmetrically extend through the inner legs, lift the pelvis, lift through the front of the spine. You can grab your belt here also if you need it to put it along your feet or around the feet. We inhale, arms up, lengthen the sides, keep lengthening and finding that low back moving in. And then we fold over both legs, press through the femur bones into the mat. Try to bring the inseam of your legs into the floor. We stay here for 3 breaths, trying to move the heart forward and away from your belly button. And then we slowly keep lengthening through the heart center to come up. Nice, okay. We are going to take that blanket out to the side and we come onto our backs for a moment here. Hug both your knees into the chest and swing a little bit from side to side. Good, okay. Then from here, I'm going to bring my arms into a cactus shape and I'm going to bring the knees as close to the chest as I can. Wait, before we do what I want us to do, bring your toes down, move your hips just a smidge to the left, okay? So maybe 1 inch or 2. Then you bring the knees close to the chest again and you're going to send both knees towards your right elbow. Then you're going to try and drop the left shoulder down. And if it's possible, from there, you're going to extend the legs and try to catch your toes with your right hand, okay? If that is not available today, no worries. You stay with the knees bent as close to the elbow as you can, okay? The other one goes a little bit further and I'm trying to push through my inner heels, relax the chest, and open the collarbones to drop the left shoulder down. Maybe you extend that left arm out like a T letter. I don't have the space here, but you can try and do that or stay in the cactus shape. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Feel how your belly really moves from right to left as your legs stay on the right. Bring those fibers from the right side of the abdomen over to the left. Relaxing the jawline, Shavasana tongue. And then we slowly bend the knees back again and we bring them back to center. Reset your body on the mat. Take a deep breath. This is a very deep twist. Good, and we'll go the other way. So for me, for purposes of space, I'm going to move. But now again, we are going to now move the hips a little bit towards the right side. Then we bring the arms into the cactus shape, knees coming towards the chest. Bring them as high up into the chest as you can. That will help you go a little further into the elbow on the left. And then reset the back of your chest, trying to drop the shoulders down. Good. If you feel like this is already enough for you, stay here. If you want to extend or try and extend the legs, maybe with the left hand, you can catch your feet or the toes. And now I'm really trying to create that spinning action for a revolving action in the organ. So I'm bringing my left lower belly up and over to the right, relaxing the shoulders, Bringing the chest also over to that same side as my inner heels push out to the left. One more breath here. Then we slowly bend the knees, back to center. Put your feet down for a moment. Return to the center of your mat. Cross the right shin in front of the left. Bring your feet close so you can catch them and press your legs into your body. Breathe into your lower back, expanding the kidneys. Breathe into the lungs of your chest and then into the lungs of your belly. One more breath here. And then we switch, put the left shin on top of the right, bring your feet in, press the feet towards your body, relax the shoulders down. Stay there for 2-3 more breaths and try to really feel how that prana, that energy is expanding into the waistline, the back side of your body. Try to expand that breath as much as you can. Good, last breath. And then from here, slowly release the legs. Beautiful, put the feet down. A few options here before we end the practice. Block under the pelvis for the legs up towards the ceiling, a modification of the shoulder stand. You can also put a bolster or a pillow instead, or make a setup with a folded blanket or two. You can bring the legs up the wall and stay there for a moment, or you can take a shoulder stand if you want. For the shoulder stand, I usually recommend having a couple of blocks evenly folded and putting them one over the other, and then you bring your shoulders to the border of the blanket, and from there you lift up, okay? Good, so a few options for you to do. Shoulder stand, if you are confident to do that, when you come to the shoulder stand, you try and send those hips really high up towards the ceiling, block under the pelvis or legs up the wall. Okay, now I'm coming so I can check a little bit, guys. Good. Super. Jeff, if you can bring the hands a little lower towards your neck. Yes, excellent. Elbows in for all the shoulder standers. You have to try to bring those elbows a little more compacted into one another. It's a tough job. Good. And now extend through the inner heels, up, 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 up. The inner thighs are super active. Your inner legs are very active, even when you have the block under the pelvis. This is a posture that takes the energy up towards the ceiling, okay? Even in the restorative, quote unquote, version, okay? Good, good, good. Don't move your head if you are in the shoulder stand, please. Good, Susan, keep lifting the hips. Hips up, 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 up. Inner thighs active. They are not floaty. The legs here, they are super, super engaged. Bring your glutes towards the front of the pelvis. Push towards the ceiling or the skies with your inner heels. Nice. Few more breaths. You should be able to have a breath that flows easily, okay? You can bring the attention towards your throat. Then slowly start bringing yourself down. If you're in the shoulder stand, you really need to use that core, hips in, abdominals, bringing the knees towards the chest, perhaps first, or towards the ears, and then slowly down. If you have the block, bring the feet down, have that support so you can lift the pelvis and take the block out to the side. And then slowly start moving down towards Shavasana. For the ones who have a wall next to you, or a pole somehow, or something, maybe a mantle where you want to put your legs and rest there, you can choose that version. If you are ready to just rest in Shavasana, please come to a comfortable rest. Add blankets, pillows, cover your eyes, anything you need. We let ourselves drop, become still, and surrender. We tend to believe that our identity, our happiness, our pain, our problems are all solid and separate entities. But in fact, all of these contracts are constantly changing. Each situation, each thought, each word, each feeling is just a passing memory.